Sean Payton, a very hands-on coach in this morning's workout, leading his offense through sled drills. Another productive morning for the Saints here in the mountains of West Virginia. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Neighbors, anchoring CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016. As far as injuries so far, Keenan Lewis and Brandon Cooks missing practice for the second day in a row. Mark Ingram was here, but was on the sidelines watching practice. One thing we've seen, especially in the last week, a lot of competition on both sides of the ball. So let's get to the highlights. How about this pass protection drill? The defense was dominating, and Von Bell, another big morning. It seems like a sequel from yesterday, going at it against rookie Saints running back Daniel Lasco. The big hit right here. But as I mentioned, the defense dominating a lot of snaps on that one. The offense getting their licks in, though. Running back Marcus Murphy taking a screen pass and scoring. And how much did the O-line like that? Check out the reaction of Max Unger. Drew Brees has had 3 picks in this camp so far. This one from a guy who's making plays each and every practice. How about P.J. Williams? The defense, unlike last camp, winning its share of battles.
The way we ended last year was pretty good, but the way we played up to the end was poorly. And to have these guys out here competing this year, man, I don't think not one time last year we beat the offense in competing drills. This year, man, I think we got like 3 or 4, so that's huge. That's huge, man.
From an offensive perspective, you never want to lose in some of those red zone situations and some of those third down situations. But then looking at it from the the grand scheme of things, we're never going to play each other. We're not going to play the Saints. And to see the defense getting in the backfield, disrupting some of the runs, to see them picking off Drew in the red zone, you look on the other side of that, and hey, that's going to be us in the third quarter and the fourth quarter when our defense needs a big stop to get off the field. So it's encouraging.
So we've talked offense, we've talked defense. Time for some special teams. You know, a year ago in training camp, it was a 2-kicker battle between Dustin Hopkins and Zach Hocker. Well, fast forward to this year, it's a 2-kicker battle as well, but between 2 veteran kickers. How about Kai Forbath, who had the job last year, and then you include another veteran. How about Connor Barth? They've kicked a lot of field goals in team drills, and Connor Barth is the only kicker who's missed one so far. The competition is great, but if you ask the head coach, he feels this competition is going to go all the way down to the wire.
Both these kickers are going to open the season kicking. You know, one's going to be kicking for the Saints, and the other one, I believe strongly, is going to be kicking for another team that may not have that same depth right now. We'll get into the preseason games and split their reps, chart their kickoffs, do all those things, and try to make our best informed decision.
So that's the special team story, but let's go back to that Saints defense. They've been such an overriding theme in this camp so far, and it's fitting. Its defensive coordinator's first name begins in D because Dennis Allen is all about bringing this defense back to its Super Bowl form in 2009. Sean Payton has known Dennis Allen for years and knows the exact trait of why he is the man for the job.
Having things on time, detailed, communicator. I mean, you go through it all. You know, I think he's someone that everyone will be on the same page with as far as the staff. I mean, look up the definition of organization.
Organized and obsessed to get better. Saints defensive coordinator Dennis Allen has already made an impact for a Saints defense which hasn't made one in years. Allen's mission is to change that, beginning with the right mindset.
Look, I like the mindset of the defense. I like the way that we've gone out and competed. Let's make no mistake about it. We go against one of the best offenses in the league every day when we go out here, so it's great competition for us. But let's go out and compete as a team, and that's how we're going to get better on both sides of the ball.
The mindset has to be there, but Allen also knows he has to alter and, more importantly, simplify the scheme.
A lot of the concepts stay the same throughout the vein of the defense, whether we're in a sub package, we're in a base package, we might be in a short yardage goal line, whatever the case may be. So the more we can have same as carryover throughout the defense, the better we're going to be. And the things that we're going to be working on day one are the same things that we're going to be working on the last day of the season. And if we're able to do that, I think that's how you have a successful team.
Proof of Dennis Allen's early impact is how his players have bought in.
His biggest focus is learn the defense. Not only do you need to learn Mike, you need to learn Sam, you need to learn Will, kind of understand the movement parts of the defense, and it'll help you grow mentally.
Wants us to be attacking. I would say that's probably the first word that comes to mind, is just to be an attacking and not a reactive defense. We want to bring kind of the physicality and the game to the offense.
You know what you're getting into is for sure a stable defense. know exactly what's going to happen. He's installing everything as we go, and the staples that we're going to be in the first couple of days is where we should be in the last couple of days of the season.
So the players are buying in. The coach is definitely bought in. We'll see how the Dennis Allen regime will do moving forward. Well, coming up next, it's our nightly camp counselor. This time, we go inside the huddle with Saints backup quarterback Garrett Grayson. His thoughts on improving from year number 1 and what he has learned from Drew Brees. That's next as CST's coverage continues from the Greenbrier. CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016 continues with the meat of the show. It's our nightly camp counselor. Now, sometimes we grab a member of the media, sometimes it's a coach, but this time we have a Saints player, of course, quarterback Garrett Grayson, camp counselor. New title for you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. Let's talk about your second camp so far. How is this different than your first one?
I think everything's just starting to slow down. I don't feel like my head is just spinning, trying to figure out, what the offense is doing, let alone what the defense is doing. I think I'm actually, for the first time in really probably a year, I feel like I'm actually just kind of playing football instead of thinking through everything. So.
Does that make you look forward to practice? Because playing football is one thing, but knowing the mental part of it's yet another.
Yeah, I think last year going into practices, my stress level was at an all-time high. Just because, like I said, half the time I was just wondering what everyone had and trying to remember, checks and kills, things like that. So it does, like you said, makes practice more fun now, and I actually enjoy coming out here and working with the guys.
Seems like you're getting more snaps this year as well. How is that helping, and is that true? Because it seems that way from when we watch practice every day.
Absolutely, and I'm loving every second of it because I've told you guys many times, reps makes everything better. You need reps if you want to perfect your craft, and, there's only so much you can do after practice, but when you're going live and seeing a defense and making the reads, that's how you truly get better. So, I'm taking advantage of every rep that I'm getting.
I know a big reason you wanted to come to New Orleans was obviously working with Drew Brees. You've been with him a while now. What do you take the most from being with him?
Just his attention to detail, and that isn't just on the field. I mean, that's in his life, everything. How he treats his family, how he eats, how he works out, whatever it is. Everything he does, he wants to be perfect in. And, as a Hall of Fame QB, you can go around the league, and there's very few of the, first ballot Hall of Famers like him. And I think every one of those guys would tell you the same thing.
I'm sure you pick his brain all the time, but like we mentioned, when you've been with him a little while, is there a piece of advice that maybe is always in the back of your mind that he's passed on to you that stands out more than anything else?
Nothing that he has specifically told me. Something that I just kind of picked on last year was, after our Saturday walkthroughs before a game, he'll go into the indoor and kind of be by himself and go through every progression, every read, every scenario, everything that he thinks he needs to go through. And he'll be in there, for an hour, 2 hours after guys are already gone. So that's something I just kind of noticed and something, this season I plan on kind of doing and kind of mimicking him, I guess you could say.
You have his veteran wisdom, but you also have Luke McCown, who's been in the league for a long time. But I know you want to make more headway in terms of the depth chart. Just talk about how you guys get along, but you're competitive too.
Yeah, no, as a competitor, obviously you want to be the best. So everything that we do, I'm not trying to give up here or anything. I'm trying to beat Luke and Drew. But I'm also trying to take advantage of, whatever it is, 29 years of experience combined that they have. Asking them questions when we're in the film room, I'm making sure to write everything down that they say because, like I said, there's a ton of experience there, and they've been in the league for this long for a reason, so they're doing something right.
And to add another quarterback in the mix, you have head coach Sean Payton. How much fun is it playing in his offense, and how much has he given you to help in your improvement too?
Yeah, he's a guy that kind of, I think, more often than not, he'll kind of just sit back and watch from afar. And then if he sees something, he doesn't like, he'll come up and grab you right then and there. But for the most part, it's something he'll come in, film room or after practice and mention to you, hey, you need to work on this, whatever it is. And that's something, I actually really like that because he'll kind of let you work on it yourself and figure it out yourself before he thinks he needs to make an adjustment.
Final question. You guys have these crazy competitions after each and every practice. How's the young quarterback doing? You hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I got 2 wins, so I wasn't happy with the one today. Drew got lucky, like he always does.
They hate it when you win, too, don't they?
They don't like it at all. But here's I don't like it when they win either, so it's all right.
All right, well, listen, quality counseling. Good luck the rest of the preseason. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Saints quarterback Garrett Grayson. We both wore the red non-contact, so we kept it civil here. Coming up next, your quote of the day surrounds the Saints player who played in the CFL and FaceTime. You back to CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016. Our final segment, the always entertaining quote of the day. Well, maybe not always. We like to have some fun with the Saints players, but this time it's rather serious. You know, this is the second straight camp the Saints have plucked a star away from the CFL. Of course, last year it was Delvin Breaux. That worked out pretty well. This time around, it's another Hamilton Tiger cat, Eric Harris, a safety who's in his first NFL camp. But on top of that, he has recently had his first child. So how has all of this worked out?
Thank goodness for technology. You know, we my wife doesn't have an iPhone, so we FaceTime through Facebook and stuff like that. But just getting to see them and seeing my sons and their interaction and stuff, you know, and I got to give a lot of credit to my wife. She's tremendous, and she helps my job be easy, you know, because I know everything's taken care of back at home. And so, I mean, but I would say I miss them, but it's motivation every day.
The power of technology. It definitely helps me communicating to my 14 and 11-year-old back home as well. Well, that wraps up another show. I'd like to thank our CST camp counselor, Saints quarterback Garrett Grayson. I'm Mike Neighbors. We'll see you again on Saturday.